All right, Shalom. It's your brother Quashab coming back at you with another lesson. Now, before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations be to the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel, and may you endure unto the end, Lord willing. All right, and we just gonna get straight into it. All right, because as you can see, if you've been paying attention to the news today, all right, it's been a mountain of panic. All right, it's been a mountain of unsureness, right? And people are actually about to, as the saying goes, pissing their pants, man. All right, because we've been telling you, all right, from the apostles on down, that America, all right, as you once knew it, is going down, man. All right, and like I said before, this guy Trump was put in there to do, all right, is to send this place all the way down the drain, man. All right, and so many of you goddamn Americans, all right, were itching for him to get back in there when we knew what was going to happen. All right, we knew that this guy was going to usher in the downfall of America. All right, and we can see it actually going down the bottom of the toilet bowl. All right, with this whole stock market situation today. Okay, and with his big Make America Great Again plan. All right, we can see that it's going to backfire, right? Because it's biblical prophecy, first of all. But these things won't work, man, because the Lord don't want it to, right? In which you can see in the polls, all right, you got NASDAQ down, all right, the Dow, the S&P 500, all of these things are down, all right? And as you can see in the poll, there's a poll that says, will the U.S. market crash today? All right, and 72% of the people are saying yes, all right, in which, we don't know, it may crash today, it may crash next week, all right, but, we know that the crash is imminent, all right, in pursuing the prophecy, we know that it's going to happen, okay? We can't give you the exact date, it could happen today, right? But with this whole situation with these tariffs, man, this can definitely lead into furthermore inflation, all right, hyperinflation, all right, as we already in a period of stagflation, this can definitely lead to hyperinflation, all right. I was just reading an article that said with the tariffs, you have homes, the U.S. home crisis is going to get worse because people are not buying houses, man, all right. People are not buying houses. One, the interest rates are too high, okay? And two, everything is overpriced, all right? Which is why you have so many houses being foreclosed on, all right? It's a housing crisis, you see? And with the actions today, with so I'm gonna get ready to get in a minute, all right? But with the actions today, we can see that ultimately I forget the name, Liberation Day, with these tariffs going up, they say being put on all of these different countries, all right? Well, that's going to make the cost of things in the stores that's on the shelves increase, you see? But what I was getting ready to say was this is ultimately going to make, cars go up, all right? The prices for cars, all right? Which is already as high as I've ever seen, all right? And the housing prices are getting ready to shoot up too, you see? But we know that this crash is imminent, man, all right? Now I want to read this article, all right? Slakia. It says, markets crash. Economists warn of recession as Trump announces sweeping import tariffs on many countries. The announcement of sweeping tariffs on at least 10% on U.S. imports rocked markets Thursday It had economists warning of dire times for the economy. Wall Street is poised for a sharp drop Thursday morning after a global stock market slumped overnight. And I said this when I woke up. I saw this when I woke up this morning, that the markets were just dropping overnight, right? So it says, following Trump's sweeping announcement of tariffs of at least 10% on imports and considerably more, a move that threatens to spread economic turmoil around the world. You see? I'm gonna jump down. It says, meanwhile, the U.S. dollar weakened against other global currencies. You see? And that is what we've been telling you, man, that the dollar, that petrodollar as you know it, all right, it ain't gonna be no more. You see? You already have these other countries trading, all right, and using their own money, all right, joining BRICS, you see? But I think that was it. That was all I wanted to read here, all right? And this is what he actually announced. It says a baseline 10% tariff on all imported goods with a reciprocal tariff equal to half that. He says other countries charge the U.S. This could reach levels of 34% on China, 20% on the EU, 46% on Vietnam, and 32% on Taiwan, according to a chart Trump displayed at the announcement ceremony in the Rose Garden. Reports after Trump's announcement said the tariff level on China would be in addition to existing 20% tariffs on imports from the country, bringing the total rate to 54%. You see? So, hey, man, we very, very imminent, man. Very, very close to this crash, all right? You best believe, this shit this is getting ready to fail, all right? So let's get I got this other article, right? But I want to get Ecclesiastes 12, okay? Because this is exactly what the people are doing, trembling, all right? This Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, in a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. You see, and you can look out the windows now and see that it's clearly darkened, man. All right? Who are the keepers of the house? The economists. All right? The ones that are giving you the warnings, telling you that, hey, like, this is not good. All right? The ones that are panicking. You see? Go back. All right? You see right here, it says economists. Right? Let's get the word economist. All right? All right, when you go into this economist, it means a household manager, okay? And what does a household manager do? They manage the house, man. All right? It says a student of the political economy, right? So when you look into an economist or a household manager and you read Ecclesiastes 12:3, who are the ones keeping the house? Who's the ones managing the house? All right, these economists, man. These people that are giving you the warning, all right, of dire times for the economy. This is what they're saying, all right? The experts, quote unquote, right? So let's verse 4, it says, let me check the NLT real quick. Yeah, verse 4, it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voices of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, and we are getting ready to see America be foreclosed, all right, because once the economy crash, all right, you're going to have major job cuts, right? Major layoffs, major job losses, all right, in which is already prices in the grocery stores, all right, it's people don't even have enough money saved up to pay rent for a month or two, right? So let alone losing your job, right? You have people making 6 figures living paycheck to paycheck, man. You see? So what do you think is going to happen from there? Men, course of action standing in their power. All right? That's why we always say we just a one domino fall and everything else going to go with it, man. You see? And we already have threats of World War III. All right? It's a poly crisis, man. All right? If you don't know what that means, go look it up. You know? But this is the times that we're in. You see? These are the times we pray for, man. Hey, man, call Elohim like Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Bashim Kakotash Barakatah. All right? Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. All right? Because we're closer than, hey, man, salvation is near. You see? Let this place go down by the end of the week, right? Because you know about that whole deal with the economic crisis. All right, I might have to pull it up, man. It's been a minute since I've been to it. All right.
When the next crisis hits, the elites are planning to freeze the financial system, and they'll replace it with a new system, one not based on the U.S. dollar. When that happens, we'll wake up to a very strange and disturbing new reality.
And for our viewers that are watching today, what might their reality look like that morning? How does this manifest?
First, they'll have gone to bed knowing that a massive financial crisis was underway. But when they wake up,
you see, they'll go to bed knowing that a massive financial crisis was underway. All right. Now, who's to say that this thing can't get worse within the next overnight, right?
Find it has worsened and the contagion has spread worldwide. When they go to withdraw money, their ATM will say closed temporarily. When they go to sell stocks, their account will say transaction not available. When they go to their local business, that business will only accept cash if it's open. As citizens realize they're being barred from their money, riots will erupt. It's going to get really bad really quickly.
How would such a freeze actually work? And wouldn't that be highly illegal?
Well, it wouldn't be illegal technically because they've been quietly laying the groundwork for years. They've rigged the financial laws, changed the rules of the game to allow this to happen. The stage is set. They have the leverage on one thing. When the
Yeah, because even this guy, he went into saying, you know, this is going to happen on a Friday. And, you know, by the time Monday rolls around, it's just going to be a completely new system to fix the crash, all right, at $1, you know. And we can clearly see, you know, the playbook, all right. We can see the game plan, man, you know. But it says, that was it for that, all right. So I want to read a little bit from this article here, right, to say it goes into Liberation Day. What are the tariffs and why do they matter? It says Donald Trump's wide-scale import levels have spooked governments, investors, and analysis. Here's why. All right, so what is the tariff? Tariff border taxes charged on the import of goods from foreign countries. Importers pay them upon entry in the customs agency of the country or bloc that levies them. The taxes are typically charged as a percentage of a product's value. For example, a tariff of 10% on the E100 product will carry a charge of a E10 charge at the point it is brought into the country. All right, and what you have here in the U.S. is an import country. You see, majority of the things here in the U.S. are made in other places, right? In which they use their dollar to make these other nations rich. Because what? They just buy everything. There's no, here in the U.S., it's very minimal of manufacturing, okay? And that's on everything, all right? A lot of the fruits and different things here, it comes from Mexico, all right? A lot of the computer and technological things come from China, all right? Things come from India, you see? Japan, Tokyo, right? A lot of things come from all of these different places. So what happens if you put a tax on all of these imports? What do you think the companies are going to do? Raise the prices, man. You see? To do what? Combat the tax. All right, and all a tariff war or a tax war is just a precursor to a real war, all right? Which is ultimately going to be World War III, you know? But it says, just jump to the point, right? And here, right here in this section, Lord will, I'll just leave this article in the description box or in the comment section if anybody want to read it, right? Because I ain't going to read all of this. All right, it's the point. It says the introduction of tariffs by one country can often collapse into a cycle of retaliation or even a full-blown trade war. You see? They're often used alongside other policy tools as a means of negotiation between nations, influencing far more than just economic outcomes. All right? And a full-blown trade war will turn into a war with swords, man. All right? A war that's going to turn into invasions. You see? Because when you have the nature of an Edomite, especially if you have a proud-ass devil like Trump, right, who's being ran by the elites, you know, he's too proud, right? He wants to start a war. You see? The way he's talking spicy, all right? Putin was supposed to be your friend, but now you all pissed off at him, man. You know? Now, this is the it says, what's Trump's strategy? The U.S. is the largest goods importer in the world, buying products worth $3 trillion in 2023. It also has the largest trade in goods deficit when imports exceed exports worth $1 trillion. You see, so they're receiving far more things than they're giving away. All right, which creates a what? A deficit. You see? And which is tell you that in Revelation 18, that this place is an import country. All right, and why when this place be destroyed, that other nations are going to wail. All right, because that great city is going to be thrown down. You know. Now it's Revelation 18. Verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. All right. NLT, it says the kings of the world who committed adultery with her and enjoyed her great luxury. You see, these nations that got rich, all right, these nations that made a deal with Babylon the Great, all right, that great whore, you see? But when you find out that she's not a queen, all right, which the word queen just goes back to whore, I believe, all right? When you find out that, oh, she's not this beautiful virgin, you know, she's just a whore, she's just been whoring around, what do? You get mad. You see? Verse 10 in the NLT, it says, they will stand at a distance, terrified by her great torment. They will cry out, how terrible for you, Babylon, O great city. In a single moment, God's judgment came upon you. It's the point. And the merchants of the world will weep and mourn for her, for there is no one left to buy their goods. You see? Verse 12, it says, she bought great quantities of gold, silver, jewels, and pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, and scarlet cloth, things made of fragrant thyme wood, ivory goods, and objects made of expensive wood, and bronze, and iron, and marble, cinnamon, spice, you know, which goes into the dainty things, man. All right, verse 4, I'm going to just jump to 14. Man, it's all good, you know. Verse 14, it says, the fancy things you love so much are gone. They cry, all your luxuries and splendor are gone forever, never to be yours again. And the merchants who became wealthy by selling her these things will stand at a distance, terrified by her great torment. They will weep and cry out. You see, and that's what they're exactly going to do, all right, when Babylon the Great is destroyed. You see, because they'll have no one to what? Get rich off, man. All right. which is why I brought out the points of I ain't lost my train of thought, you know. But that's it. That's cool. You know, you can read the chapter. It's a good read, you know, on your own time. All right. But yeah, that was pretty much it. All right. So I'll jump to Zephaniah. All right. Chapter 1, verse 10. I might one or two more, and I'll just get out of here, man. This Zephaniah 1 and 10, it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, said Yahweh, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." All right, in which we know that hills represents what? The stock market, the economy. You see, when you see those lines going through that chart, all right, it looks like hills, man. All right, they go up, they go down. Well, if you look at them now, they just been downtrending, right? And that's that crash from the hills, the stock market crashing. You see, it says, "How ye inhabitants of Magtesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off." You see, and Magtesh was a chief city, all right, for trade, you know, which represents the modern day America, man. You know, but it says all they that bear silver are cut off, you know. Because the money, this whole thing, you know, the money won't lead to anything, right? It says they will cast their silver in the streets, man. Ezekiel, I believe 7 and 20. It's Ezekiel 7 and 20. It says, no, it's not it. Yeah, verse 19, it says, "For I would throw their money in the streets," in the NLT, "tossing it out like worthless trash," because that's what the money ultimately is going to be, worthless. All right, it's going to be digital. You see, so these paper dollars, these dollar bills, won't mean anything in the near future, man. You know, it's a lock you. But it says the silver and gold won't save them. On that day of the Lord's anger, it will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. You know? Excuse me. And that's the time that we're coming into. You know? Where you will see $100 bills rolling down the street. You know? You see 20s and 50s rolling down the street because it won't be worth anything. All right? That great city Babylon is going to be a habitual ruin across the four corners, all right, of America. You see? But, you know, that's pretty much the point, man. You know, there's a mountain of scriptures I can get into, you know, but I believe the point has been made. So, you know, with that, man, I'll say